For any woman that has been dealing with any kind of back pain, or maybe you just want a jump start to help strengthen and tone your midsection, get better posture overall, well, Pilates-based exercise is one of the best things that you can do. And it doesn't take a lot of time, just 10 minutes a day. You can do a simple routine that really can help both your core and your pelvic floor. Your pelvic floor being those muscles that control bladder leaks and help with the aging process or postpartum. And really taking control of this part of your body is going to set you up for success in the long run, so you don't end up wearing diapers when you're in your 70s and 80s. The pelvic floor and the core is working together with Pilates-based exercises I'm going to show you today. And the simple 10-minute routine you can do without any equipment, simple to do in your own home. So let's get started. So the first exercise, you can put your legs up on a wall, your feet on a wall, or your legs supporting on a chair. I have a small box here that I'm going to rest my legs on. And with your legs in about a 90-degree position, we're going to work on just some simple breathing exercises. Some breathing being one of the best things to help reset these muscles, especially if you're having any pain or discomfort. This is one of the best ways to start. So you want to just think about placing your hands over your lower belly, taking an inhale through your nose, and an exhale through your mouth. And feel your belly rise and fall. You're going to do about 5 to 10 of those deep breaths and feeling the air down into the lower belly and into the pelvic area can be very helpful to release those muscles through your pelvic floor where we hold a lot of tension there. That can also lead to problems of prolapse and bladder leaks. So doing about 5 good deep breaths there, we're now going to switch our hands over to our rib cage. And we will call this 360 breathing, like you're breathing from all around your midsection here and getting that air into your ribs like an umbrella, opening and closing. Inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth. Feel free to watch through this video and even pause it so you can work on each exercise. But we're going to do about 10 good deep breaths here, and imagine that umbrella opening and closing, and that helps your diaphragm, which is actually the top part of your core. So that's our first exercise in our 10-minute series of doing the breathing, both from the belly and then from the rib cage. Now we're going to take our hands on our lower abdominal area, and from here we're going to just pull in through the navel, just a little lift. Think of it like the muscles from your vaginal opening pulling in and up and tensing right under your fingertips through your lower abs. So when you do this on your exhale, you're actually using your pelvic floor muscles, and then you're going to let them go. So you want to not only contract a little bit, maybe like 50% of your pressure, and then as you inhale, you let them release. Think of opening. When you do these little contractions, you may know them as Kegels or little tightening exercises, but we don't want to always hold those muscles tight because not every woman needs to do these Kegels and strengthening with bladder problems. We were actually going to do this very gently, but focusing on the letting go part is super important, even more important than the tightening part. So we're just waking those muscles up and teaching them what to do. So try that. It may help with your hands on your lower belly there with an inhale and then an exhale, little contraction. Do you feel that tension right in the lower belly? Comment below and let me know if you're able to do this, or is this a difficult one for you? So after about 10 of those, we're going to move on to our next exercise. So we're going to do a side lying leg lift. I'm having my shoulder right over my elbow, so I'm just stacking the shoulders facing forward, and you want to stack the hips in the same way. So my top hip is right over my bottom leg. I'm going to straighten out that top leg, and with my exhale, I'm going to lift the leg up and down. So you can start here, or you can go all the way down on the floor, and we're just lifting and lowering. And every time we lift that leg, I place my hand on my lower belly, and I want to think of drawing in or pulling in those muscles every time I lift the leg. So I'm using my core to engage as I lift that leg up and down. So you can choose if you want to be up or down like this. We're going to do 10 lifts. And then you can repeat that on the other side too. Okay, the next one is a side plank in a modified position. This may be pretty challenging for you. If it is challenging and you can't do it, that's okay. Go back to those leg lifts, and we may want to get used to it and just work your way up until you get stronger and can do this. So as you can see, I have my shoulder over my elbow. I'm going to lift that bottom hip off the floor, and from here, we're gonna use your breath and exhale, engage your core. Like you could still count, you could still carry on a conversation, but we're holding there for 10 seconds. This is a great exercise if you have back pain, because you're working one side of your body, especially down all the way to the side of the hip, and then go ahead and rest. And those hips can be very supportive for your back, and usually I find they're either tight or weak when you do have back pain. So we're gonna flip over on the other side, and I can show you a variation too, but we're gonna go back up into that side plank position, holding there. Keep breathing and hug the belly in, those muscles, lower belly. To make it more challenging, you can either add the top knee, lifting and lowering like a clamshell. If that's really hard for you, just do the hold. But that can also work your pelvic floor muscles at the same time you're doing a plank hold. There you go. You got 3 exercises so far. Next, we're gonna work on our hands and knees. So from here, we're in a position where our shoulders are over our wrists and our hips are over our knees. Take a deep inhale. Imagine the crown of the head moving away from the tail. So you're really keeping that length through your spine. And then as you breathe, you're gonna keep that belly pulled in, just a little hug. Don't think tensing and tightening so much, but just enough to keep your hips stable from wiggling. And you don't wanna get a lot of twisting. So sometimes with my clients, I'll put a pillow or a foam roller on their back and it can't fall off. You got to keep it real stable like a tabletop. So from all fours, we're alternating opposite arm and leg. Now, if that's challenging for your knees to be on your knees, you might want to be kneeling on a pillow, and you can try it from there. And then we're gonna take you through the last exercise, a modified dead bug, called a dead bug because it looks like a dead bug. So in our Pilates series, we are going to be up with, we call this tabletop position. Your shins are flat like a tabletop, and you're gonna pull those muscles in without letting the ribs flare up toward the ceiling. So give that just a little cinch in. Arms are up toward the ceiling, and we're gonna alternate dropping the opposite arm and leg away from each other. Takes a little coordination too. Exhale every time you drop. Inhale as it comes up. Okay, modification. Maybe you're really struggling with that. It's okay. Let's just try legs only or just arms only. The goal is to keep this part real stable while you're still breathing. You're not holding your breath, but you're able to maintain that little hug of those lower belly muscles at the same time. And then imagine breathing into those ribs, into your back is a good little cue. One more each side. And take a rest. Let's just kind of rock our knees side to side. So if you liked what you watched here and you're doing this consistently and it's really helping you, but you want new routines every week, I have the best program coming for you. So I'll link below. You can get on my wait list for early access and special discounts. But if you want your back to feel better, if you want to solve bladder leaks, if you want to feel better from menopause and beyond and learn the best exercises that you should be doing for your body, your core, your pelvic floor, it's in my specialized Pilates program that you'll get weekly videos that are going to give you a routine to follow. So no thinking, you just follow the video. It's super easy and minimal equipment too. So sign up below to get on the wait list for that. And if you like this video and you want to see more, hit subscribe too. I have weekly videos that come out. I would love to hear from you. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you again in another video.